Hello there, fellow Star Wars fans and Jedi Fallen Order gamers. So I wanted to see if it was possible to just rip the models and levels from Jedi Fallen Order and see how easy it would be to plop them back into Unreal Engine 4, since that's the game it runs on, should seemingly be straightforward. So I ran a little test and started by exporting Cal into Blender and getting him prepared to export into UE4 with some animations just to see if it would work. As you can see, it's an extremely delicious and detailed model. All the straps and buckles on this outfit all have baked animations, which is perfectly normal for a AAA game, so I had to do some weight painting and adjustments to get it ready to import into Unreal Engine 4, and it actually was pretty straightforward. So after that, I started exporting anything I could find from the Dathomir level in the games files, and using an add-on to import PSK files or Unreal Engine assets into Blender, and then converting those static meshes into FBX files that I can later import back into Unreal Engine 4. So then I created a third-person template, started by changing the skylight color to a nice dark red sunset, and once I was done with that, I replaced the third-person character itself with the Paragon Wukong character, which included melee animations. So after getting distracted successfully and creating hitbox registers and death animations, I think we're ready to move on to the next step. As you can see, I was able to import most of the level's static meshes and textures, and came with all the materials created, but for some reason the textures would not load in them, so I had to go in each material and hook up the textures manually, which is why some of them appear white. Here's just a quick look at the materials. The only texture map that confused me was the one you see using the RGB channel layers individually. They're all black and white, so I just swapped them in and out of the roughness and metallic maps until the material just looked right. So keep in mind, I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. Next, I went ahead and imported the set pieces, which are very low poly, and I'm pretty sure that's because these are the models used in the background when the Mantis is taking off and going into hyperspace. So there's not a lot of detail in these meshes, but they get the scale and everything right, so I went ahead and put them in. So instead of making a terrain, I went ahead and created a custom ground plane to establish the ground level. Next, I imported a custom skybox, which is just a half sphere, in order to get the Dathomir skybox texture to render properly. It's looking pretty cool now, but once I place the background cliffs into the scene, they instantly snap into place and make the whole level feel more like a planet, which is obviously what we're going for. Alright, so far so good. Now that all the ingredients are in place, it's time to add the special formula to tie it all together and complete the dish. And that's fog. Lots and lots of fog. And as you can see already, by just adding exponential height fog into the scene, it really helps create that depth and height, since, you know, this level takes place high up in the mountains and the cliffs. But add the atmospheric fog with the height fog, and you get sweet deliciousness. Just an absolutely yummy scene, creating the illusion of an atmosphere while making the objects that are far away more realistic looking. With that out of the way, I tried adding in the landing pad cliff that the Mantis lands on, along with a few other landmarks, just to get a sense of scale, and all of the materials seem to be working. Everything looks good into scale, and overall, everything works so far. And because everything is already scaled to UE4, everything just plops in very nicely. My initial goal with this was to get some hands-on with AAA assets and to see if I could export the models and levels out of the game and back into Unreal Engine 4, and I have to say it was actually a lot of fun. Only thing left to do is to press play and to see how everything looks. And because I'm using a Paragon character, which came with all of his animations and blueprints already plugged in, you can see he spawns in with a starting animation. I think this actually looks pretty good so far, even though it's very low quality. I can really see the level coming together. I wanted to go for a darker sunset, kind of like how we see in some of the Clone Wars episodes, and for right now I'm quite pleased with how everything looks. I don't really have any plans for this, but maybe a cinematic or two. It was just really messing around with the assets and to see how far I can go. So here's my plan. Currently I am almost at 400 subscribers. If I can get 400 subscribers and 100 likes on this video, I will continue the project and maybe even add in some lightsaber mechanics and then host the file for you guys to play. Did I mention this month is also my birthday? So what better a gift than a like and subscribe? They're free, by the way. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. That's the video.